What is good, everybody? It is Wednesday, July 9th, 2025, 8 p.m. That means it's time for the Council of Comics Live. Let's get into it.
It's like the brightest day. Where are the heroes? Soon as they get here.
Right.
It's like the brightest day. Where are the heroes? Soon as they get here, everything will be.
Oh, you're muted now.
Muted.
StreamYard's doing it again, by golly.
Oh,
But this is a video I loaded into the thing.
Right.
So
this will never give us
I'm
any
gonna
trouble.
I'm going to try one more time.
Okay.
It's like the brightest day. Where are the heroes? Soon as they get here.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the world's greatest comic book channel with the world's greatest comic book shows for the world's greatest comic book people trying to win the world's greatest monthly giveaway. Even though StreamYard, we pay you so much money, and you still can't get it right. The Council of Comics, ladies and gentlemen. Coming right in there is the Adventurous Joe. As always, the Loyal Council, Phil, C. Bizzle, Cliff, Joe. Green shirt guy is on his way back from Iceland. How you guys doing today?
I'm good.
I'm fabulous and exhausted.
What do you
I'm
got
frustrated.
there? What do you got there, Joe?
I got my golden tickets.
Oh, he got his golden tickets. Very,
That
very nice.
reminds me, did
That was actually on TV when the mail came. That was
you
actually
say,
on
Cliff?
television. I was watching Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory in that part. It was already on there where he's opening up the chocolate bar and it's golden ticket.
I
I
got
was
the
like,
golden
Oh my God,
tickets.
I just got the mail in the house and stuff. And I says, holy crap, this is supposed to be it. And I go pulling it out and I go,
Nice.
so now I'm
Sam,
trying to figure out how exactly do these work?
Clifford?
you redeem them for ducks.
Yeah. So you can use
Okay,
them now,
so
or you
what
can
do I
hold
do?
them
Just
later.
show them to you guys or something? Or
Yeah, just let us know when you want to use them. And we'll put them.
oh,
Put
okay,
you in there.
okay.
See, Bizzle, I think your internet is infected
I'm
others'
wondering how
internet.
that works.
Hey,
It's passed
wonder.
on from you to mine because the backgrounds are going wibbly wobbly. It's got to be a StreamYard bug. Nothing else is bad, right? All audio is good. Everybody can hear everybody.
Everything's good.
Yeah.
Everybody can hear
Alright.
everybody, so
All right, so that's just
and
StreamYard.
obviously there
Hey,
is like
everybody.
something going on with StreamYards because 5 days ago they got some stability issues.
Yeah.
yeah.
So if you guys have any face touch up, you're supposed to take
Oh.
that off. Touch up my appearance.
Ain't enough touch up to fix this face. So, no.
There's a tab in the settings for the video.
Yeah.
Don't unclick that, and they say don't use
I
that
don't.
right now while they're fixing it.
Yeah, I don't touch that thing.
Brian LCS is in the house. Happy new comic book day, Brian. And those comic book community awards. Make sure you get over to
It might
comicbookcommunityawards.org.
just be a StreamYard.
Yeah, there goes the background. Now the background's moving a little
It
bit.
might just be a StreamYard issue because Chris the Comic Vet just a few minutes ago, his glitched out and all of everybody went right off and stuff right in the middle of while he's still live streaming.
Oh,
I was
God.
just like, it must be a StreamYard thing
Let's
right
hope that doesn't happen here. Canadian survivalists, brutes and bibs. All right, so this is Council of Comics Live. It's episode number 11. We're just hanging out here. We got Joe with us here. We're gonna give away some ducks. I got some hashtags for the July giveaway. Joe happened to be 2-time in a row monthly membership winner. So I sent those out, so you should be getting that soon. First one
I'll be on the lookout for it.
is Age of Revelation. Did I not put that there? Okay, hold on. I gotta put it as a banner. This is referring to the new Marvel event that was announced for. Is it October or September? I think it's October.
October.
Right,
It's October.
And what they're doing is just
Age of
rehashing
Revelation.
the Age of Apocalypse, which
I don't think it's simply that.
I mean, it comes from that though.
Well, the naming comes from that, but like, there's
Well, the story, there's like a little snippet of the story. They're like, "How are we still alive? Our thing got blown up by missiles and all that, but we're still here and we killed Apocalypse." So it's kind of out of that story.
unless it's some wildness where Revelation finds that timeline and is like, oh, let me just do my work over here.
Well, Cliff, since you asked, I got it right here. Little article. Marvel reboots the X-Men, reveals major changes for Spider-Man, Avengers, and more. An upcoming X-Men event is changing the entire Marvel universe. We're approaching the 30th anniversary of Age of Apocalypse.
That's why I said, oh, shit.
A seminal event that took over the X-Men line and introduced a dystopian timeline where Professor Charles Xavier was dead. Magneto led the X-Men and Apocalypse ruled the world. Marvel has been teasing Age of Revelation ever since X-Men Heir of Apocalypse revealed that Doug Ramsey will follow in Apocalypse's footsteps. And now we have our first details on what that will look like. In true Age of Apocalypse fashion, the X-Men line will be replaced by all new titles that also include Spider-Man, Avengers, and Deadpool.
Oh, funny enough,
Age of
everything started at
Revelation
like
is a
one
new status
again.
quo that takes X-Men storytelling 10 years into the future. Huh?
Oh, I wondered, is everything starting at one again, or are they just gonna?
You gotta
Yeah,
say
it's
all
starting
that
at one.
over
They're all
again?
new titles.
Oh, they're all new titles. So, like,
Yeah.
what about like the Uncanny X-Men?
Yeah, well, it's just like Age of Apocalypse, where they stopped the regular titles and then did the Age of
Okay.
Apocalypse titles in place of them, and then they'll go back.
and
I got news for you.
After
if that's
10 years into
in
the future. Okay, we've done.
10 years in the future, if they don't have Peter and MJ back together again, you can tell that comic to go in the garbage.
Well, it doesn't matter.
10
It's an
years in the
alternate
future,
universe
they should
anyway.
at least have them back together.
Nah, it's radioactive
Again?
Spider-Man. I'm sure there's no MJ.
Also, just keep in
Oh,
mind
God.
that the last the event in Krakoa, Doug Ramsey was supposed to be the main villain, but they changed it. So they made him. That's how they make him the heir of Apocalypse.
Yeah. These are all the titles that are coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So you have Amazing X-Men, you have Unbreakable X-Men,
Mm-hmm.
Expatriate X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I could
Seems like
almost see
a bit
like these are like the last one. Okay. And
Yeah,
these
the
are
last
this is like
Wolverine.
the whole like the Marvel. Okay, Undeadpool.
Yeah.
Iron Frost.
X-Vengers.
Most of these will probably be like 1 of 4 or 1 of 3 type of books.
Yeah.
It'd be like a bunch of miniseries.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that must be like Iron Man and Emma Frost. At first, I thought it was Iron Fist.
Yeah. That's
Now,
yeah.
I'm gonna go one wild. I'm gonna go wild, right? How about this? How about Emma Frost is the Iron Fist?
That would be
That
cool.
could be Iron Frost, where it's like
I think it's
like,
I think
It
it's
has an Iron Man
though,
font.
right?
It has an Iron Man font though.
oh,
Yeah.
then in that case, it's Emma in a suit.
Yeah.
she's got Tony. Tony is her
A
AI.
diamond armor suit. That would be.
I would say this. I'm
That's a
hoping
foil
that
cover. That would be like shiny
Yeah.
and cool.
I'm hoping
Yeah.
that Cloak and Dagger becomes ongoing out of all of this,
I love Cloak and Dagger.
because that's the only title I see here that actually makes sense.
Well,
But remember, it doesn't
Storm.
say Cloak and Dagger. It says Cloak or Dagger.
Yeah.
which is wild.
Rogue Storm looks like it would be fun.
Yeah.
Laura Kinney
Avenger.
Sabretooth.
That might be interesting, but I haven't been collecting Laura Kinney Wolverine, so.
Radioactive Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Omega Kids. That gives me
Sinister
concerns.
6.
Sinister Six.
Binary.
And all this, to be honest with you, the books I'm going to get all depends on who's going to be the creative teams.
X-Vendors.
Yeah.
This is the fall event.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Comes out
We'll
in
see
October.
more as like we read our Marvel comics as it gets closer.
Yeah.
We'll see commercials for it.
Yeah. Especially like next month.
And I wonder, like, all right, so how many, like, is this just, are these all like one shots? Is this just a
I'm pretty sure they're going to be
book
mini series.
series, or are these like 5 minis each? And
Yeah. It's probably
So
going
is
to
that
be
true? Is that true? The Ultimate Universe is all the comics are coming to an end soon.
That's the rumor because the Ultimate X-Men writer said that after the Maker, the universe is supposed to end.
Really?
So like around issue 25, I think.
Sounds great to me. Less money out of my pocket.
I know, but
yeah,
then
you
also,
say that, but then
sounds-
there's your revelations here to take it all back.
that sounds totally suspect too.
And all this tells me about the X-Men books is that, okay, I will stop buying X-Men until this event comes out. Because why am I buying X-Men until this comes out?
Why did we do it when we were kids?
Yeah,
but we're not kids anymore, and the books aren't $1 anymore.
Also, to be honest with you, that's not that many X-Men books out now, anyways.
What is out right now? You got
X-Men, Uncanny X-Men,
uh-huh.
Exceptional X-Men, Phoenix, and Storm, and Wolverine. That's all I'm collecting. You got
actually
X-Men.
I was only collecting Wolverine out of all of those, and I just picked up X-Men, Uncanny X-Men this week.
Psylocke is ending, and Magic is ending.
Yeah, I read the new Uncanny, and it was a lot of hype for a character that didn't really do anything. It's just
it's not like her story is one issue, is it?
It seems like it's one issue the way it ends. It all happens in one. I mean, she'll be back, but it's just the story's just about they don't even know if she's a mutant or not, but she's making movies, and she's making movies where the mutant is the villain in the movie, and so the mutants are like, oh, they're portraying mutants in a bad light. We can't have that. And then 2 of the new kid X-Men are so distraught by the movie, they go and stalk her and find her at her dressing room and all that. And she's like, great, you stalked me, I kill you. So she was ready to murder them as soon as they got there, but then Wolverine and the team come and save them, and it ends. You know what I mean? So wasn't like it was a continuous story with her. That's why I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna keep buying this until this happens, and then I'll figure out if I want to read any of this.
Yeah, to each his own. I'm still gonna be collecting the X-Men book.
I wonder if X-Men Book of Revelation is gonna be the main book. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
like that book. Yeah,
that
what
and
say, Joe?
That might be accurate about the Ultimate Universe coming to an end soon, because it says here for the newest issue of Ultimate Spider-Man number 21, the end is drawing near as the Maker begins his final assault, and the Kingpin and his Sinister Six are ready to expose Spider-Man and his family. That's for issue 21. So it's telling you right there, I think that's accurate. It's coming to an end soon. Damn. I like the Ultimate Universe. I don't want that.
I do too, but I don't want 2 universes.
It's been good.
I can do mini series of alternate universes. I can do one shots of alternate universes, but to do 2 universes at the same time, I agree. One
our
of the
own
best Spider-Man
universe.
books. One of the best Spider-Man books. But it is what it is.
No.
All right, that's that.
Previews. We're
I
a
mean,
little on the fence.
I think a little prelude was the last X-Men book. Regular title X-Men. That whole story was about Revelation. So if you want to go back and get that. All right. There's
Heir to Apocalypse was the book where he actually claimed the title and everything.
Yes.
All right, you guys ready for some council trivia?
No, I'm not. I want to know, did you get your Whatnot package from me yet?
I did, but I thought you were gonna bring it to the shop.
No, because you didn't pick.
I'm not. Yeah, I know.
You didn't pick the shop, so I was like, "Well, did you notice I threw in an extra book because I felt bad?"
Yeah. Look, see, Bizzle, look what else he gave me. He gave me a Radiant Black #1.
Oh, what issue is that?
#1.
#1.
Nice. I don't have that variant.
Yeah. So thank you, Cliff, very much. Go to Cliff's Whatnot. Cliff, you gotta be more you gotta be more Cliff on your Whatnot. You know what I mean?
You know how hard it is to actually try to make sure everything's happening.
I know. I was like, there's something missing here, and it's not the Cliffiness that
I need one person to be my hands, and I need another person to be a co-host to keep me going. And I'm like, in the meantime,
who's it? You have what's his face with you, right?
I had Dave, but every time I'm like, okay, we have a winner, and Dave is like doing something. I'm like, oh.
Hey, we could do one together if you want. You can help teach me how to do it.
It's like, Dave, catch.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be like, bring all your cords. You need everything.
Okay, I am back.
Whoa, the ghost of C Bizzle. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay. We saw you. We heard your voice, but your face wasn't moving. All right. Council trivia. The genre is 90s trivia questions. 90s trivia questions. All right. First question. Who was the author of the bone-chilling Goosebumps book series, which debuted in the 90s?
Side note, never read it.
Huh?
Never read a Goosebumps.
I read like 1 or 2. I wasn't really a Goosebumps guy. But
my kid brother had them all. My kid brother would get every book, every book that ever came out. He would get it.
Give that to Canadian survivalists.
Canadian survivalists. You're in there, bro.
That question was too easy.
All right.
Phil got it, Cliff got it, I got it.
All right, here we go.
Too easy.
Here's a 90s animation question. Which animated show featured a blue-skinned teen named Skeeter, a green-skinned teen named Roger, and a girl named Patty Mayonnaise? See Bizzle with the dude.
See it as you heard Skeeter, like you kind of knew.
As he heard Skeeter, he was all going, I'm on it.
He may have blue skin, but he was a brother. So let's give this duck. Let's give it to Brian LCS.
Brian LCS, you got yourself a duck. All right, this next one is for Joe and the chat only. Joe and the chat only. All right.
All right, I gotta get on to the chat.
Oh, wait, is there like a delay? Is the chat delayed? Like,
well, Joe, you have to write it in the. Don't write it in the private chat.
Yeah, I know. I'm on the other one.
Write it in the other one.
I'm on the other one.
Okay. Let's see. This was everywhere. Which popular mint brand had commercials labeling it the Fresh Maker?
Huh. I know
This
that
is
one.
for you in the chat, guys.
That-
I know that
Too
one.
easy.
Yep.
Joseph Michaels, The Adventures Joe. Mentos is correct. And since that was so easy, I gotta give you guys another one. Another one for the chat out there.
All right.
Another one for the chat. Okay. Because he says it's so easy. How would you get that? Which 1992 Disney movie featured the song lyric "Soaring, tumbling, freewheeling through an endless diamond sky"? Joseph Michaels again.
Actually, wait a second. We have to.
Cliff's coming to amend it.
We can't allow people on panel because there's a time delay and he has an advantage.
Well, okay.
Well, Joe, you got two already.
Okay,
so,
well, give this one to Christina Payne.
All right.
Give that one to Christina.
Because I remember this happened to me once, and my beloved John's Comics for Kids chewed me out right from the chat.
Oh no,
And
we don't want that.
I was like, wait a second. I was like, oh my God, you're right. There's a delay. I do have an advantage. It was that.
We don't want that. You got 15 seconds to put Age of Revelation inside the comments section. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and draw. Round and round it goes. Where it lands, nobody on the council knows. But if you get it, you'll get a ticket
there's
to
a
the
massive
really big show.
There's a massive
Alfred!
Yeah.
Alfred Castro. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, don't mind. Please bear with us with these internet issues. You know, wacky internet. You know how it is. Next giveaway is Planet Death. Planet Death. Let me put it in a banner. Copy. All right. There we go. At the bottom. All right. Next story. Cliff, we were talking about this the other day or yesterday. So I thought, we'd bring it up. Because I actually saw some videos on it today. The Fame Comics Tidal Wave Productions. You guys have heard of this? Except Cliff, I know you've heard of it. What about the rest of you guys?
Not really. I don't think I heard about this.
All right, you may remember them as the producers of the Taylor Swift book with all the Taylor Swift variants.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, the one that everybody was going nuts over when Deadpool and Wolverine were coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Saying she's going to be Dazzler in the movie, and they got proven wrong.
Yeah, so they make a lot of Fame books. Like they'll say, oh, this is the bio for Robert Downey Jr. or this and that. And the thing that I've learned, Cliff, you can add on to this, but the thing I've learned is that so say it's a Charlie Cox was one of the examples. It was Charlie Cox bio. And what happened was they'd had a cover that somebody drew with Charlie Cox as Daredevil and the Tom Holland Spider-Man, which has not been sanctioned by Marvel. But they're putting it out anyway, and they're selling them, right? Am I right, Cliff? Is that pretty much it?
Mm-hmm.
So there's
Marvel's pleased with that.
Yeah, and then they had one with Michael Keaton. It was like Michael Keaton's bio, but it had a Beetlejuice cover. of Michael
Yes,
Keaton.
Warner's not going to be pleased with that.
Right,
Yeah.
but they're getting away with it.
Oh, they're getting away with it.
They're getting away with it. Is it now, Cliff? Tell me, is it because are they upset? Is Zerdy and them upset because they haven't cleared it? I don't understand why he's particularly.
No, that's
upset.
the thing. I still do not know the criticism.
Hmm.
Because if they're getting away with it because it's parody or because you're using the likeness of the actor, that's fine. There must be something else happening. Like they're not paying people. That would be a great example of being upset about it, right? Or maybe he is upset that they're dodging the clearance because see, the extent of the scandal remains unclear.
Yeah.
You know? So like, you know, I guess if you want to be like, you know, all right, fine. Like I know one of the what do you call it? One of the Comic-Con exclusives this summer was for Hayden Christensen, and they're all Darth Vader-y, Death Star in the background things, you know?
Yeah.
So anyhow, oh wait, green shirt guys.
There's Ronaldo. Oh, sorry. Ronaldo. I'm sorry again. Ronaldo says Marvel is always super restrictive with their properties, even if it's an LLCS doing a store cover, they have to get it approved. Well, in this case, Mr. Green Shirt guy, they're not, and they're making money.
They are circumventing it by being like, no, that's Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
You know?
And if another part was if we're doing her bio, she let's say the Charlie Cox thing. If we're doing Charlie Cox's bio, he's Daredevil, so that's part of his thing. You know what I mean? So that's how they get away with it, supposedly. Steve Bizzle in the helicopter mode.
Yes.
Oh, there, he's there. So I don't really see a lot of these books unless they're at cons.
Well, apparently that's a whole issue in of itself as well. But like, I would have just liked a concrete answer onto what is going on.
See, Bills, I'll have to mute you for a second because you're helicoptering. Yeah, so that's the big story right now. We got to do some more digging because we don't really know exactly. Like, did Zerdy do a cover and
just like they got those
Under the
naughty
Oppression
fame covers, just like they got those naughty version and fame covers and stuff that have been.
Those are fame. That's that other company, right?
Well, they call some of them they're saying they're fame covers because they're depicting real life celebrities in the nude and stuff like that. And
I guess they're cosplay covers.
Yeah, Daisy Ridley saw one of them. The one was of her, and she took it before the UK Parliament, and they awarded her a fucking hefty sum because she was being defamed, as they put it.
Ronaldo says artists at cons have been told to cease desist selling certain prints by Marvel reps.
Yeah, but that's and DC as well. Like that's not a new thing. Like, you know, it's this specific event that I'm trying to wrap my head around what it is exactly. Like there's all sorts of things we could call them out for, right or wrong, legal or not legal, whatever. But like, why Zerdy, a king of variant cover making himself, why he's like, all right, if you are a retailer dealing with them, I want nothing to do with you. So where are we at with that? Like, how did this happen?
Right. So he's basically boycotting any shop or retailer that is
right. Well, remember, retailer is not an actual shop. Apparently, we're going to have to start differentiating because the community has made the decision for us.
The wrong decision.
Yeah, I don't care for it because retailer has meant retailer forever. And now retailer means this. And one of my friends got invited to a special retailer convention where you got to call a number when you arrive. And it is all these online people, online shops. And they're together with a bunch of select artists having this private little show. And I'm like, okay, but like they like this summer, I have discovered that the term retailer has become a dirty word real fast, you know, and it means these online shops with all these exclusive covers.
Yeah, because if you put retail cover exclusive, it makes you look like, you know, big. C Bizzle's not going to be back on. He's having too many tech issues to join. Join us in the chat, C Bizzle. Join us in the chat.
Exactly. I was like, help us from the chat.
Yeah. And then I was looking at, and Anthony's talked about this before too, about if you order from Marvel, you have to buy at least like maybe 3,000 or 4,000 books. And they have the covers already done. And you have to pick from whatever variety they have. You can't just go in there to Marvel and say, I have this artist, I want them to do this cover. Yeah. They already have the covers done, which I don't like. Like if it's my shop, I should be able to have anything on there. But
well, no, you can. It's just more time consuming, you know, and more expensive.
Well, yeah, because they have to approve it and they have to do all the other stuff too.
Right. So I'll give you an example. So the Miko Suyon Sonic number 69 for Comics Train Cancer last year, BTC Collectibles, which works making their own covers plenty, right? They got it approved. They had to get it approved by I don't know who's publishing Sonic, but like they had to get it approved like 6 or 7 times. And it was enough that Miko Suyon say, if they do not like this final product, I give up and I'm out. You know, like that's how bad it got. And of course, they approved the final one, and you could get the BTC version or the Comics Train Cancer black and white. But still, it was a whole ordeal just to get that comic company to just approve that. You know, and how about Anthony's variant for Bloodshot, where they're like, how come you got Bloodshot on the cover with no gun? You know, and so Ryan Brown had to go back and add the holster gun under his arm just so the gun appeared, you know, to meet their standard.
All right, so that's that story. What I want to hear right now, last week we heard Joe's spoiler-free review. This week we're gonna hear Clifford's, because Clifford saw Superman yesterday.
And ran into Joe.
and I ran into Anachronic Joe, which was lovely because I was rather lonely.
Ran into it.
Well, he heard my voice and he came running down to greet me, as usually happens with me. So I know I love the movie, and I'll tell you why. The theater was not properly air conditioned. It was like a mist of air conditioning in a giant-sized room with people coming to watch Superman. Good Lord. Then, although the seats had the handles that go up, I'm on the end seat, so the end seat handle doesn't come up. And then I'm next to this couple who have to use their armrests because they got soda and chips and everything.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm sorry.
I mean, are they not allowed to have soda and chips?
It's just that
at that point, Cliff was probably ready to just tell them, "Why didn't you bring a tray table?"
Yes. And then there was another woman who kept running to and from concessions for her family. And I was like, I'm sorry. She was a tiny woman, but I was like, oh, and she never ran when it was like too inappropriate. But I was like, I can't believe this is happening. But I'm going to tell you this. The being elbowed into my seat and the mist that I kept having to get off of my forehead, it didn't bother me one bit while I was watching the movie. So that's an excellent sign that I really love this movie.
Cliff, is this the best Superman movie ever?
That's so big.
It's one of them.
All right, I was gonna say, come on, man, that's a big.
No, I'm just saying that's what some people have said. That's what Grace Randolph said is the best.
Oh yeah,
I don't listen to her for anything.
I didn't watch her whole thing. I saw that she liked the movie, and I was like, all right, she liked it.
She turned her whole story around after she saw that movie. She turned it all around. So. Anyhow, I don't know. And I was like really, really happy. And then when and Joe really loved the movie. I loved the movie because I grabbed him at the end of the film. And then I got home, and I was on a high of people really loving this film. And before I went to bed, a couple people had to go and make a comment about like, oh, well, if it weren't for the James Gunn humor. And at that point, I was like, you know what? Goodbye, comic book movies. I was like, you had a nice run. It was a good time. Because I absolutely, in my heart, 100% believe that this is the Superman movie to stick the landing. And if this does not stick the landing, if ultimately this just becomes a thing where it had a powerful release and then it just trailed off into nothing, then that's it. We've doomed ourselves. We got too spoiled. We became too much of ourselves, and that's it. We can't be happy with anything anymore. But I think for this day and age, for this casting, for everything that James Gunn put into it, this was really the best we were going to get, you know? And I personally did not feel that his humor stood up, got in there to be enough of a problem. I thought this was a fabulous film. There's so many beautiful Superman moments. And yes, this movie is a lot of the things I thought it would be, and so many things I happily did not expect. I love when you could take BS side characters and do things with them. Like Lex is absolutely his most threatening on screen, you know, or one of his most threatening on screen. I feel like we got to see a lot of sinister Lex in Gene Hackman in the first Superman movie, but like here, it's just much more in your face. The side characters didn't detract. Everyone's utilized properly. Crypto steal scenes. Crypto's got a big plot. Mr. Terrific steal scenes.
Indeed, Flash by Night. Indeed, we can't be happy anymore. Clifford.
Yeah. So
how did the audience react?
Applause, screaming, all the good stuff. You know,
for their popcorn like chicken shy. Like
no. Listen, after you pay $20 or $30 for a popcorn bucket, you don't get crazy in there. You've never seen people guarding their popcorn.
Yeah.
Superman popcorn bucket for this?
They had the Superman pop. Listen, if I wasn't so broke, I might have come home with a newspaper one. So one is the Daily Planet newspaper dispenser with a Superman, movie, you know what I mean, Superman cover story, but it's a popcorn bucket. And the other is Superman attached to the outside, firing heat vision into your popcorn bucket to pop the popcorn. Both very cute. And then of course there's this big Superman dome lid soda thing, you know, like great. I don't need to bring more junk home. I want to buy expensive comics. That's enough of a problem for me.
Oh yeah, did you get comics? Did you get the comic there?
No, I didn't get the comic there, and I didn't see the comic at all. And look at this. Look at him. Look at Green Shirt guy.
Oh, I was about to put it up. Hold on. But people seeing it earlier, Superman fans, not the casual fan.
Right, because Joe and his wife, who are in their 70s, right, because they're nonstop Superman fans, or like the row of people sitting next to me.
I was gonna say that theater was packed out. They're not all like reading Action Comics weekly.
Well, you know, Cliff, Ronaldo's not wrong.
Well, like Ronaldo's like every Puerto Rican. None of us are wrong. So there you go.
So it's funny because it's true. Joe, you saw this a couple weeks ago.
I can tell you one thing about my special screening, that everybody there were applauding it at the end. They loved how it was turned out. The one guy that I was sitting next to, he was for the Lansing Times. He said that this is getting a 9 out of 10. And he asked me what my score is on it. I said 10 out of 10. I says, I'm freaking going 10 out of 10. This was freaking-tastic. I loved it. I can't get enough of it. Just like today, I went and purchased my tickets for Friday because my dad and older brother are going with me this time to see the movie for its official release at our theater, and they already got the popcorn buckets and everything laid out and stuff, but there's a sign on there that says 1 per customer. 1 per customer. Because one guy came in there during that Deadpool and Wolverine, and he had grabbed up all the popcorn buckets and just wasn't going to see the movie. He just freaking grabbed all of it and stuff. So the new management said at RAMC, 1 per customer. You got a problem with that? There's the door.
Fair. That's fair. Huffy Castro says a lot of people are hating on it more on right side of political affairs, hating on how Superman is being an immigrant.
Which, by the way,
that's the truth.
It's the truth. But in the movie, it's all about like, you're an alien. You don't belong here. You know? And of course, there's more to that as well. And, you know, and by the way, a major plot twist with that I absolutely was not expecting. You know, that was a catalyst for Superman's story in the film. But I thought it was great.
Wow.
Well, just like I said,
see, that always drives me nuts. It's not a Superman thing. People clapping at the theater makes no sense. No one who worked on it will hear you.
I don't know about
You know what?
That's not the point.
He doesn't know it's not about clapping.
God.
We've been clapping for stuff forever.
Yeah, we've been clapping for stuff forever, and it's a release of your separation. You know, like why? You know, even why do people scream at the television when they're watching sports?
When I saw Wicked, you know, at the theater at the end, everybody clapped. So it's
Well, just like when I took my my nieces to see Wicked and stuff. Okay, we were clapping at the end and stuff. And one guy got up and he said, "What a bunch of stupidness and stuff." And my niece said to him, and she's only 8 years old, for God's sake, and she stuck right up to him and said, "What was so stupid about it, mister?" She says, if this was a real play, you would be standing up and going,
yeah.
I said, "Oh damn, my niece is gonna get me in trouble."
You know what? It kind of shows you
she
had
stood
fun
up to us.
at like the movie. You know, I feel like that's how I feel.
When you enjoy a movie like Thunderbolts, Deadpool and Wolverine, or Superman for that matter, or even Wicked, okay, it shows you're being entertained. It shows you're enjoying yourself. You're not bored to tears. You're not sitting there like I was with Madam Web and going,
yeah, that's kind of the pizzazz of like movies. Imagine movies that were great movies and nobody applauded and nobody did anything at the end and just walked out. You know how that would kill movies?
Yeah,
that would kill movies.
Just like they said when Gone with the Wind originally was in the theater, back when it first came out and everything else in between. And they had the whole intermission in between it and stuff like that and stuff. They said during the first intermission, people actually got up and was applauding it, and then came back and then at the end of the film stood up and got a standing ovation for the whole film again. And that was directly from Clark Gable himself that said he was there, he watched what is happening, and he could not believe it. That they loved it that much.
Sometimes they sneak in there, you know what I mean? You never know.
Yeah.
That's right.
Creature guys still going at it. Do you clap at the end of an episode of TV at home at the theater of performance? I do, Green Shirt Guy.
Yes,
Actually, if I like something, I go, bravo.
Yeah.
Bravo. I actually do.
You know, it's very simple. Joy deserves noise. That's it.
Joy deserves noise. I like that.
Yeah. Happy people clap. How's that? That's I guess it's true. If you and that is, I guess, like, you know, if you feel good at the end of the movie, which is like one of the best feelings, like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Clap.
So it means Ronaldo's not a happy person. You don't want to clap. You don't like clapping.
That doesn't mean he's not a happy person.
He gets up and he goes, "What are you got clapping for?"
Like when the Death Star gets blown up, did you just sit there like this?
Yeah, or did you go? Like that's the same thing. Like if you're going, yeah, you know what I mean. Like who are you going yeah for? You know, you going yeah for yourself. So
Do you ever clap at home at like watching, Arsenal?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, why are you cheering at the sports games? They can't hear you at the arena.
I have watched people my entire life cheering and going crazy for sports at home.
Yeah.
I have never personally understood it, except for my excitement at the movies, and it's easy for me to equate that.
Yeah. All right, let's spin for this next Planet Death, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, 15 seconds. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and draw.
Planet Death was good. And, I guess one of my things is the second issue don't come out until like November.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Brian LCS once again.
There you go.
All right, Brian LCS. The next one is Superman Lives. Let me put that in a banner for you guys. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Superman Lives. Okay. Alrighty then. What do I got here? Let's go over these FOCs real quick. We got Absolute Green Lantern number 5. Those are dope covers. That one right there is a very Kamaria Absolute Green Lantern right there. Absolute Superman number 10.
That's a yes.
Love Absolute Superman.
Yeah.
I'm loving the Absolute stuff just like I love the Ultimate stuff. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
unreal.
Arcana Royale, Batgirl number 10.
Batgirl is also a yes. Batgirl is surprisingly a great series.
Betty Veronica, Birds of Prey 24.
Legs.
That's a dope. How do you say that? Q Young.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Birds of Prey again. Bring on the bad guys. Red Skull number 1.
I think I'm not like giving up on bringing out the bad guys yet. So I think there's something in between Red Skull. So we'll see how next issue.
Yeah, they don't have.
Doom one was good. The green Goblin wasn't.
Cheetah and Cheshire Rob the Justice League number 1.
Oh,
Okay.
That might be like a maybe because that might be like a fun read. As that when this week comes in like a month from now, I'll make a more informed decision.
Daredevil 24. JR, pumping them out. Oh, you knew they were putting this one back out. You just knew it. Facsimile.
That cover always creeps me out. That cover will always creep me out. It just looks so creepy.
This is a great cover.
I know it's a great cover, but it's just the way it is.
Dick Tracy 11. Don't forget your briefcase 2. Don't run with scissors. Drawing blood.
Boy, they'll give anybody a comic these days.
Cruel Universe.
Sometimes you look at this stuff and you're like, oh my.
It's a cool Cruel Universe cover right there. That's pretty good. And a blank. Eddie Brock Carnage with what's his face, huh?
Muse back there.
Muse, huh?
Oh boy.
They should have had him back a little earlier than this, but next page.
Hopefully he's better utilized in the comic than he is. I'm sorry, too soon. So hopefully he's better utilized in the comic than he was in the show. That's all I'm gonna say.
Event Horizon. Do you guys remember the movie Event Horizon?
That's a long while ago.
About the crazy ship that went through hell.
I just watched that the other day.
And this is supposed to be the prequel to that, of how the ship went into hell and all that. So that's pretty interesting.
The people behind Event Horizon could make a Dead Space movie out of what they did with the Event Horizon. They could literally make Dead Space into a movie because that's how good Event Horizon was.
Yeah, it was great.
Like, Jesus. Oh yeah, I loved it.
Fantastic Four #2. I'm halfway reading #1 right now.
Okay.
Fantastic Four. What If cover? J. Scott Campbell. There's a Rivals cover. Scotty Young cover. Simone DeMeo cover. That's a dope Simone DeMeo cover. I like that. Fantastic Four 2. Wesley Burt, Marvel Studios. Nice. Farmhand 24. First Americans 3. Fortress 1. Gotcha Man 11. Or Gotcha Man. Ghostbusters Dead Man's Chest. Yo, Joe, baby. Are they going to bring back the original Serpentor? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Zartan took him down in issue number 75, I believe it was, or 76.
Wasn't he a zombie at one point?
I was Serpentor Khan.
Oh, Serpentor Khan.
Yeah, they put Genghis Khan into his DNA, and they created Serpentor Khan, and then they dropped the mutant virus bomb, and then they all became like mutant zombies.
Oh God.
But Dr. Mindbender was one, but he went to the Alpha 00 guys. It's like an AI thing, and they cured him, and they gave him like these robotic things. But his secret was that he still has the old Serpentor body from back in the days that was killed, and he wants to revive it. So that's pretty cool. Grimm. JSA 10. That's a nice Jorge Corona Hawkman. Pretty cool. Justice League versus Kong versus Godzilla. 2 of 3.
Number 2. Volume 2, number 3.
Yeah. King Spawn 48.
I read the first issue of I said to Mark, Legion of Comics there, I said that the minute he was talking about that first issue and stuff, I says, how much you want to bet Cliff is going to be telling everyone, yes, Waller got fucking killed?
Spoiler alert.
That would be, well, it's over. But yeah, I was like, she got shot. She got shot.
She's dead. And he says, yeah, he's gonna probably be calling anybody right now.
Magic. Miles Morales, Spider-Man. Ooh, that's a nice one. Mark Bagley, really? That's a nice Mark Bagley right there. Mothra, Queen of Monsters, number 5. That's a Campbell cover, really. Or is that Jamal Campbell? It's not J. Scott. It's probably Jamal Campbell. Next page. Nemesis Forever, number 1.
in big letters on fire. I'm back. Shit.
Never Wars 3. New Champions 8. Null Hunter 10. Null Hunter. Orla 1. Okay, that's pretty wild. Ooh, that's pretty wild too. Peacemaker presents the Vigilante Eagly double feature 5. Peacemaker, same one. David Talaski, Cardstock. Poison Ivy 35. There's people actually reading Poison Ivy.
Yeah,
me.
one of the better books.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
they
Yeah,
have some of the best covers.
I've been reading it. I've been enjoying it.
Rebel Moon Nemesis, Resident Alien, Resurrection Man, Rick and Morty, Romanus, something.
If I cut myself down to just one universe, I think it would be the Batman books. I would just only get Batman and Batman related titles.
Really?
Yeah.
Secret Six, Sisterhood, Spawn, baby, 367, Spider-Man, Wolverine.
Number 4 of that.
Yeah. Star Wars Insider. Jedi Knights. The last page coming up. Tall Jacks, number 1. Okay. Teen Titans Go. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, number 11.
Behind bars. Behind bars.
Turtles.
What'd Corey Feldman do this time?
Oh my.
Shots
They have a
fired.
female Casey Jones now? Is that his daughter or something? Thor, the mortal Thor.
Yeah.
That's what it says. The mortal
Well,
Thor.
he lost. He's losing that immortal title over on his main book right now.
They don't
Yeah.
got the cover, but there's a J. Scott Campbell for it.
Yeah. Quesada. Look at that. TMNT Journeys, Toxic Avenger, Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion, 3, Ultimates 15, Uncle Scrooge, Earth's Mightiest Duck.
Oh,
Oh
brother.
man.
Oh.
Oh, this is a
I
little
don't
Han
think I
Solo
can-
thing in the back.
Yeah. Oh, all right. It's-
I'm like, is that supposed to be Donald Duck?
It's frozen in
That's-
carbonite.
Frozen in carbonite Donald Duck.
Or
Love it.
gold. Or it's gold.
yeah, it's
Or
a
it's
gold.
gold, yeah.
Uncle Scrooge, Shadow Man, Tales of the Shadow Man.
Oh, that puzzle piece one is another one too. Like I'm not sure what that's from, but that's from another thing. Like
Shadow Man, World Tree 16,
that's a yes.
Walking Dead, Crimson Justice, whatever happened to Crimson Justice, X-Men 20.
Oh boy, Cyclops is now behind bars.
That's
Oh.
J. Scott Campbell. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That was your FOC.
Now,
All right, Phil, you want to do some
one thing I
shakers?
want to bring up. One thing I want to bring up with you guys, since some of you read X-Men still and everything. Did the past Cyclops, Jean Grey, and them stay in the present, or did they go back to Did they get sent back to the past?
They went
Because
back
when
to
I
the
was
past.
reading the all new stuff or whatever before I cut off of it and everything, they were in the present.
They got sent back to the past.
Right, they got
Oh,
sent
okay.
back to the past. There's a one shot where they were pulled to the present again, and then sent right back at the end of the one shot. And one big act of confusion I have is, although there's information in there locked away in their minds by Jean Grey, I don't understand why when they encounter Kamala, they know who she is. Right? And there's no story leading up to this establishing why they would recognize her during this adventure.
Bad
So-
editing is what I think it is.
It is bad editing. They could have easily established in the one shot prior to all of this, even though they're not connected, that, oh, if you ever encounter one of us, like, you'll remember us. You just won't remember the stuff that happens in the future. You know?
Right.
Anyone, or someone could have said it in the very first Giant Size issue. It easily could have been dropped in there. But no.
All right, Phil, give us 3 rows of them shakers.
All right. So row number 3, starting off, Silver Surfer issue number 4, a 9.0 for $2,400 is Thor versus the Silver Surfer. Action Comics 252, a 5.0
Number 4,
for $2,500.
that Fantastic Four number 48. I just got the reprint of that.
First appearance of Supergirl and Metallo. Amazing Spider-Man 129, first appearance of the Punisher. Or Fantastic Four, an 8.0 for $2,805, and that's first Silver Surfer and Galactus. And I'll go with Fantastic Four 48 personally.
Yeah. It's a toss-up between that Silver Surfer and that one, but I'm gonna go with you on that with the Fantastic Four.
8.0 for that book, yeah.
Yeah. Clifford?
Yeah, it's hands down Action Comics 252. There's not even, I'm not even going to question it. The appearance of Supergirl in a 5 is going to outrank these real hard and fast.
I don't blame you. Like, that's
Okay, Joe?
Same. 250 Action Comics 252.
Oh, so we have a tie.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
So next row is going to be Amazing Spider-Man number 3. This is the first Doc Octopus, 4.5, $3,120. Amazing Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man annual 1 Canadian edition. There it is.
First annual.
8.5, $3,360. It's the first appearance of the Sinister Six.
Ooh.
This is Thorn, Tales from the Lantern number 1, limited to 1,000 from 1983, and raw. Very fine, $5,280. It's the first appearance of Bone outside comic strips. Collected from the Ohio State University newspaper, The Lantern. Ooh. And we got Fantastic Four number 5, a 4.0 for $6,000. First appearance of Dr. Doom. Oh, man. I think I am going to go with first appearance of Dr. Doom.
I as well am going to go with the first appearance of Dr. Doom. Phil?
All right.
Clifford?
Oh. Ooh. I'm like, this is actually a little bit of a challenge. A little bit of a challenge.
L. Ron Hubbard, are you saying Superman sucks? Uh-oh.
Ah.
Uh-oh.
Please
clarify that in the comments, L. Ron Hubbard. Please clarify that.
I'm pretty sure he hasn't seen Superman yet.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm going with that first Sinister Six.
At first, I was wondering if he meant like the choice sucks to pick only one. Like,
yeah.
First Sinister Six, okay.
Okay. And
Same
Joe?
thing. First appearance of the Sinister Six is a big
Oh
deal.
my goodness, 2 ties in a row.
Because it's-
The
Huh?
Canadian
Because
edition too.
That annual right there established the Sinister Six and made them known as Spider-Man's greatest threat every time they got together. Because they could take him home without him having a chance in hell trying to take them all down at once, you know?
That's Victor Von Doom.
Okay, final round. Fantastic Four number 1, a 2.0 for $6,300. That's the first appearance of the Fantastic Four. Superman number 176. 9.6 for $7,200. Silver Surfer number 1, a 9.4 for $8,000. First appearance, origin of Silver Surfer, rather. And finally, the X-Men number 1, 1963, a 6.0 for $15,600. Look, having an unlimited amount of funds, it would go to X-Men. Yes. I wonder if we've seen this book like cheaper.
We've seen that book so many times.
Yeah, like it's probably been a bit cheaper.
I'm gonna go with Silver Surfer.
Okay. 9.4. That's a very pretty cover for a 9.4.
Yeah.
Now, before I make my decision, I want to shout out Superman 176.
Okay.
All right. It's the story. The feature story is The Revenge of the Super Pets, starring Beppo the Super Monkey, Comet the Super Horse, Crypto the Super Dog, Streaky the Super Cat, and Henry Berg, the founder of the SPCA. Right?
Oh, okay.
Right.
And so that's what makes this unique.
9.6.
Right, and it's a 9. So I just want so of course, crypto being all things at the moment, that's probably why this is here.
And none of that key information is there.
Right, there's no key information, but also I think the fact that they used the founder of the SPCA is noteworthy. Now that said, as much as I love Superman, and this is very difficult for me, I must and continue to support X-Men number 1.
Number 1. I know we've seen it cheaper, maybe even a little bit better condition.
Yeah, but in a 6.0, I mean, like, you know.
Yeah. Joe?
Silver Surfer.
Oh.
3 ties today.
Nice.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah, this kind of is a tie. Surprise.
3 ties.
Because we don't got Seabizzle here. That's why. We don't got Seabizzle here to break the ties.
L. Ron Hubbard says no. He's not talking about Superman.
He's probably talking about Cliff's theater experience. Sitting there in that spot and the freaking no hardly air conditioning.
That says a lot about that movie. If there's no air conditioning, Clifford is squished up in a seat, and he still enjoyed the movie that much that at the end.
Yeah.
We're gonna see this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna do some announcements for shows, and then we'll end it with giving out some ducks. Let me get you out of here. And next week, episode 12. We're coming back next week, July 16th, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you tune in. We'll do this all over again. Give you some chances to win some ducks on the Council of Comics Live. Tomorrow night.
Tiger?
That was it's the guy from Invincible, and he's got Battle Beast.
Oh, okay.
On his thing. Yeah. Fill in the blanks tomorrow night, episode number 12. With Green Shirt Guy and Ronaldo, who both are not here. But Phil will be hosting tomorrow night with the Johnny Quest. It'll be an 8:30 show. Yeah, it'll be 8:30 show.
I'll check with those guys. Yeah, 8:30. Yeah. Ronaldo just said it. 8:30. I'll be hosting Ronaldo.
It'll be about 8:30, guys. It's part of their 80s cartoon trilogy. So make sure you tune in tomorrow night for that. Then on Sunday, we are starting Clifford's trilogy. Angela Bassett for the 2025 season of Actors, Waiting to Exhale. 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific on Sunday. So make sure you tune in for that. Watch the movie so you can answer some of the questions and get some golden ducks. And then on Monday, it's episode 150 of the New Keys and Hot Comics of the Week. That's right, episode 150. It's going to be a double-sized duck episode. So make sure you tune in. We're giving double the ducks away for that one. And of course, we have some council conversations up. We got winning $70 too much for a video game, and make sure you go check that out. All right, I'm gonna do
$70 is too much as it is now for a video game. Jesus,
you think about it. I think
60. They started it for God's sake. When video games first came out and stuff for
40 was a big number.
Xbox One, or not Xbox One, but Microsoft and stuff like that. It was around $39.99, or it was on around $29.99. And then as Xbox 360 came out, then they started going up in price. Then they went from same thing with PlayStation. Every time a new system came out, new games that were going to be for just that system, price goes up. And just like now, the PS5 games are like almost $70 freaking a game, is ridiculous. So I just use GameFly. I said, screw it, I'll use GameFly for my games.
Let's do some council chat ducks. Council panel. First person in the private chat. Give me the answer. You get a duck. Which 90s group is the best-selling girl group of all time? Phil, out the box, the Spice Girls.
You lost me.
I might have bought their
more
record.
More than one 90s girl, for God's sake.
I might have bought it. I like the Spice Girls. That's right.
What you got, Phil?
I'll give it to L. Ron Hubbard.
L. Ron Hubbard. You're in there. All right. One more for the council.
Unless he said Superman sucks, then you take his duck away. He disqualified.
Let's do it this way. Which 90s group is the best-selling boy band of all time? Phil again with the Backstreet Boys. The Backstreet Boys.
I wonder if it's just because like NSYNC, because I thought about it, like it might be NSYNC, but NSYNC kind of crashed and burned kind of like early, where like the Backstreet Boys just kind of stayed the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll give it to Garfong.
You got a duck from Phil. All right. Joe, we're going to ask you, Joe, to refrain from this because we're going to put it in the outside chat. First person out there in TV land, outside chat, give me the answer. You're going to get 2 ducks. 2 ducks.
I'm going to check that.
Here's an easy 90s question. Which legendary artist wrote and performed the song I Will Always Love You from the 1992 film The Bodyguard? DVS and Chill. Dolly Parton. Very nice, DVS and Chill. You got one. You got 2. Sorry.
Wait a minute. Rephrase the question again.
Yeah, read that question again.
What was that?
Which legendary artist wrote and performed the song I Will Always Love You from the 1992 film The Bodyguard?
Oh, it's right. Yeah.
Not Dolly Parton.
No. She wrote and performed it. So
and by the way, Dolly's version does appear in the movie.
Yeah.
It does appear in the movie.
But
2 ducks, DVS. Congratulations.
2 ducks. All right, another one for you guys out there in the chat. Let's see if you can get this one. Which 1999 film's main cast was stacked with teen icons such as Sarah Michelle Gellar, Reese Witherspoon, and Ryan Phillippe?
Oh, I know this one. I can't take part. I know this one.
I think I know.
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
DVS and Chill.
Yeah.
DVS and Chill again with deuces on them.
Look at that. 4 ducks.
Oh my goodness.
It's the one where she has like the cross with the
cruel
spoon.
intentions. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
DVS. Okay. And now let's spin for our last deck of the night, which is also worth 2. It is Superman Lives. Put that into the comments section. You got 15 seconds.
I'm looking
15,
forward to this movie now.
14,
Like, if
13,
Cliff liked it this much,
12,
man, I
11.
know I'm gonna.
10. It's the big moment for DC, guys.
It's the big moment for DC. I mean,
Yeah.
Grace liked the movie. Like,
Yeah, that, I was
Yeah.
gonna say that, like, not
Yeah, but I
right
wouldn't
there.
take her word for anything anymore. So
No, like I kind of had it with her, but like when she said she actually liked the movie, I did fall out of my chair. I was like, "What?
10,
Who is this woman?"
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and draw. Last deck of the night. Who's going to get it? Dagger cards.
oh,
You get yourself 2, Dagger. All right. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our show. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Please make sure you are subscribed. Hit that like button so you can be a part of this monthly giveaway. Oh, Joe, I got to give you one for being here, too.
yeah.
Joe.
And to everyone in the chat, if you ain't a part of the channel membership, what are you waiting for? I've won twice now, and I'm part of the channel membership.
There you go.
And more than paid off, am I right?
Exactly.
Okay. Boom. So make sure you guys tune in. Next show is tomorrow night. You get more chances to win some ducks. We're filling the blanks around 8:30. Phil's going to be hosting Green Shirt Guy, and C Bizzle will be doing Johnny Quest. So make sure you tune in for that. All right. So for myself, for Phil, for Cliff, for Joe, for Ronaldo and C Bizzle, and the rest of the Council of Comics, we love you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. And let's hope the video works this time. Peace.
The brightest day. Where are the heroes?